we're going to work on your defense today. I wanted to highlight 13 items that I think are very important if you want to be a good defender. And if you do these 13 things correctly, you are able to dictate the entire paddle match. So this is so important, and I know the videos with the vibra and the kick smash are doing way better, but this is much more important. Today we are at Racket Sport Schiedam and we're going to start right now. 13 must-dos from defense. And we're going to start with number 1 is have a basic pattern on the middle line. And this is super important because if your basic pattern is to the outside, so on the backhand of the player on the left and on the forehand of the player on the right, you are going to have a problem because they can make the corner and you get the ball to the fence or you get the ball into the corner and you have to struggle a lot. If your basic pattern is to the center on the middle line, it is much easier to defend and everything else will become super easy from defense. Easy. Avoid to play to defense, play in the pocket. Number 2 is never lob low balls. This is what so many players do. They are lobbing the ball to get space, to get air, because they are in a very difficult situation and they think the lob is the best way to have time to get back to the corner. This is completely wrong. It is better to give your opponent an easy volley than an easy smash. So you have to wait until the moment is there, until the ball is a little bit higher, until you can play the lob. And also there is one other thing which is very important if you play the lob, but that is coming in another topic later this video. Okay, lob the easy balls. Exactly. Number 3 is variate the speed. This is super crucial. If you play the same speed over and over again, the net players will start to have a good timing and they will start to volley better and better and better. If you play slow, medium, fast, 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 slow, medium, fast, slow, then they have to struggle, they have to work harder and they never get into a nice rhythm. If you play like 3 slow balls, okay, boom, play fast. And then they will probably make a mistake because they're expecting a slow ball and that's where you win the point. So pattern, 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 break the pattern. Benga. Number 4 is stay in your corner. What a lot of players do is that they help their partner when their partner is in trouble. Don't help your partner. Let them take care of their own problems. If you are going to step away from the corner and they play in your corner, you are gone. So always protect your corner. Number 5 is move one attacker. And this is much easier. So if you move one attacker, you will kill one attacker. So what I did last match for the national championship, so quick update ladies and gentlemen, we won the entire qualification. So now we are in the main draw. Nice. So all the videos that we made in Spain, we actually did it and we actually did everything we learned in Spain. We put it into the match and it worked, which is amazing. We won, we played very good matches. So when we were playing the match, we decided to play on one specific player. I'm not going to mention the name because maybe they're watching, but he was a little bit less fit than the other guy and maybe he was playing a little bit worse. So we decided to make one player move. So we played slow on his feet, high lob, slow on his feet, high lob. We didn't even pass him with the lob, but we just wanted him to work hard and just make him exhausted. So they won the first set and then we won the second and the third because the longer we do the tactic, the better it becomes. And that's exactly what I said to my partner. We lost a very long point. I saw that the guy was grabbing the ball, the third ball, very close to the net. And I was like, okay, now we have him, I said to Itch. Because he needs extra air, he is exhausted, he is done, he is not able to continue this, so he was going to play faster, more smashes, and that's when we won the match. So sometimes you don't even have to win the point, you just have to make him exhausted, so then you win the second and the third set. 6 is understand the skills and the patterns of your opponents. This is super important. I always say super important. It's actually quite important, but not super important. Maybe it's super important. I don't know. Let me know below. If I do my vibra and you see that it works, like I play vibra in the corner, it works, okay. And then he finds a solution, the opponent, and then he starts to play a different vibra, so more to the center. If that starts not to work, he does another one. So you need to find patterns of your, like these patterns of your opponent. So for instance, I like to play the bandeja cross court. That's my best vibra on the right foot of the opponent. If my opponent knows that, he can step in and block it. So this is what is important in these patterns, is everybody plays with patterns, even amateur players. A lot of players play patterns and they are not aware that they're playing patterns. You should try to read their pattern and then kill them with their own pattern. And also the skills. So some people have a very good smash. Don't play the lob to him, play the lob to the other person. Somebody is better in defending than his partner. Okay, play more to them. So if my vibora is working well, play with the other player. This is the first time I tested the racket, by the way. Oh man. The first ball, this is the one. But I'm gonna make a test video after. 7. Play the lob straight or to the center, so parallel or to the center. So the player in front of the other player is probably closer to the net. So the parallel is closer to the net, which works really well. You can also play on the backhand of the player on the right, because it's much more complicated. I see so many people lobbing cross courts, and I don't agree with that it's a good option. Because if you lob cross courts, there is a chance you hit the side wall and the back wall. So you have a bigger chance of playing, to make a mistake, for instance. And also you give an angle to the opponent. 8. Take over the net when you're at the service line. So what I would highly recommend is to lob or to play the chiquita when you're positioned closer to the white line. A lot of players, they make a mistake they have a high contact point, but they are not in the right position. So if my ass is against the glass, I am not going to play the lob and I'm not going to play the chiquita because my opponents have a lot of time to respond. So I saw some comments on my Instagram Reels video with, yeah, but if you play slow, they just play it out of the court. Yes, if you are close to the glass and you play slow, you have a problem. Because if you play slow, they can step in. If you're around the white line, you can play a very good chiquita or you can play a very good lob, and your opponents don't have any time to respond. And that's where you take over the net. 9. Hit hard into the body. So if you play slow and then variate with very fast to the body, they will struggle a lot because this is a very complicated ball to defend. So if you play here or in the right pocket of the attacker, they can never attack you and you will get an easy ball back because they cannot follow through correctly with the volleys. So fast to the body, they have to step back and then there's a chance to play the chiquita or they want to recover and you play the lob. So fast shots to the body are very, very underrated. 10 is volley, floating, incoming shots. Crucial. And this is what I'm focusing on right now in my own game. Once I see somebody that is floating with the volley, I'm not going to use the wall because I'm in a worse position. If the ball is like floating, it's not a very good shot of the opponent. It is kind of soft and it's like going into the air. I want to take an opportunity to play a volley chiquita or a volley lob. A lot of players that I'm playing against now, especially when I'm playing international tournaments, it is very difficult for us to win the net position with a normal lob. I have to play an offensive lob or a volley lob, so they cannot really kill me with the overhead, with a very good kick smash or with a very good vibra. So what I would recommend to advanced players is to volley incoming floating shots. Yes, so now I saw the ball is floating, I can attack. Variate lobs. So there are multiple lobs. You have like the sky lob, very high lob. And I would recommend to play that ball into the service box because then I have to play the bandeja. is very good lob. That's something for outdoor, not indoor. Then you have the normal high lob. I would recommend as a basic lob on the left shoulder of the player on the right, so they get a high backhand volley. And you have the offensive lob, so like a slicey lob straight. And that's something that is not super high, but is difficult to get a smash because it is like a faster lob. So you cannot get underneath the ball. Sometimes when you play a high lob, the player with a good smash can get underneath the ball. They have time to get underneath the ball and then they play a wonderful smash. That's not what you want. Then you have the volley lob, and that's also kind of offensive lob. And you need to variate those things because once they know what you're doing, they can adjust. So I would highly recommend to pick at least 2 lobs that you're going to variate with. Worst case scenario, you play very, very bad. Higher lob than normal, so you have more time to respond. 12 is play with spin. If the ball is not going against the glass, play with top spin so the opponent has a lower contact point. So if you play with slice, you're more likely that the opponent has a high contact point. I play from the wall without wall with spin. Like now Sasha has to reach. Now I play with slice. And if I play without the wall, I play with top spin. Yes, so she has a low contact point. It's number 13, and this is one of the most important things, and also my message that I want to do. Patience and wait for an opportunity. So sometimes you need to play multiple balls low, 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 low. There is not a ball you can lob low, low, and then just wait for the opportunity that your opponent makes a mistake, and then you take the net. Or when the balls get easier, so the ball is coming up, or the ball is too short. Binga! So when the ball is like easy, so the ball is bouncing a little bit higher, then you can take over the net. You don't need to rush, let them run. I won a lot of matches that I just let one player high, low, and they have to work their asses off. And I don't win the point maybe, but I exhaust them, they get tired, their shots are getting worse, and then I can be there to win the net position and the match and the tournament. Vamos! Thank you all for watching and I'll see you in the next episode. Hasta luego, ciao, adios!